Diseases and disasters are, of course, awful, but we're not going to talk about any of that. Instead, we're looking at the impact headlines can have on brands.
There is lots of time and money and energy brought to picking that perfect name for a brand.
And neurobranding expert Allie Craig says a poorly timed tragedy can turn that perfect name to poison.
Sometimes your best efforts get completely derailed by something you could have never seen.
We're running down headlines that blindsided brands, starting with the current example, coronavirus, which has been leading off newscasts everywhere.
Because of the coronavirus.
Racing to develop a coronavirus
Increasing
vaccine.
number of coronavirus patients.
And this spike in searches for Corona beer virus can't be good for the iconic beverage brand. Forget the beach, find your hazmat suit.
You don't want to have a disease associated with your brand, especially one where it's a consumable and people aren't clear on exactly how this disease is being transmitted.
But things are looking up for Corona beer now that the epidemic has a new name.
They rebranded the virus name, not the beer name.
Yep, they're switching to COVID-19, which is catching on about as well as New Coke. How did this even happen? COVID-19 sounds like a skin lotion additive. Besides, they should just stick with the beer name to motivate people to take their meds. I'll have another shot of antibiotics, hold the Lyme. Speaking of Lyme, here's a perennial, Lyme disease, which is spread by infected ticks. Everybody knows that, right? Wrong. People actually Google,
can you get Lyme disease from limes? Really, you question humanity's intelligence.
but wait, when you Google it, there really is something called Lyme disease caused by limes. It's a cheeky nickname for a nasty rash some people get when they go out in the sun after eating certain kinds of citrus, including limes. And I don't know if this whole thing's made up by a farm of Russian bots, but the pictures are terrifying. There's only one brand that's a winner here. Next, there were a bunch of companies named Isis, a name that had nothing but good vibes as an Egyptian goddess who even had her own kids' TV show.
Almighty Isis.
That changed in a hurry when associations with terrorism overwhelmed the word's original meaning.
Many brands were affected, especially Isis Mobile Wallet.
Isis Mobile Wallet was an early player in the digital payment space and had to change its name to SoftCard, which in turn was bought by Google Wallet, which itself was rebranded as Google Pay. Got all that? Good, because it just goes to show that in the consumer world, even well-established brands can be vulnerable when bad news just happens to share a key word.
There is no brand that can necessarily survive such negative press.
Brands with the right name at the wrong time are at the top of the list.